Hi everyone, how are you doing? Happy Saturday, happy weekend. How are you all? I hope you guys are having a great day, great weekend so far. Welcome to Facts and Two Cents. As you know, we are a channel that supports the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry, Meghan, Archie, Baby Lily, Mama Doria, Pula Guy, the chickens, all of us here in the community, the Invictus community. All of us here supporting our faves. Welcome. I know I haven't been on here in a couple of days. My having voice issues, not voice, but my throat issues. Thank you all so much for all of you, my friends, who've given me some wonderful advice for my throat. Had to kind of rest it for a couple of days. Not 100% better. I rested it one day and came back, and then I had to just completely just rest it. So, but other than that, everything is great. Our faves are quiet, doing whatever it is they're doing under a tree in Montecito. So, let's see who is here hanging out with me on this Saturday afternoon. Probably Saturday early afternoon in some parts of our country, as like in our friends in LA. Let's see Connie and Margaret and Legs and Hildy and Joan, Wendy, Catherine, Marcia, Kenitha, Elizabeth, Brenda, Gwen, Cookies and Cream. Hello, Cookies, our wonderful moderator. Patty, Angela, V. Thomas, Janine, Dolores, Wendy, Rochelle, Karen, Legs. I see Connie, Emma Day. Hello, Brenda. Joan is here. Joyce, our awesome other moderator, Lydia, is here. Hi, guys. Thank you, Lydia. It's like I'm okay, other than my voice acting. Well, not really. My throat acting up a bit, but other than that, I'm okay. Again, as I said, our faves are kind of they're kind of quiet, which is I'm glad. I was like, just stay quiet, just mind your business in Montecito. No reason to be putting yourself in anybody's business. Just stay out there, do your stuff. And we'll get all excited whenever you do it and enjoy that. So, but how are you guys doing? What's been going on the last couple of days in your lives? Share with me. Let me see. I know New York is very hot right now. Doing my laundry today, like we have laundromats, so I was there today and I was like, came back home and I was like, oh man, this is just not working. This is like, I don't know, it was like 90 degrees or something in New York today, so it's like, oh my gosh. So Janine, hi Janine is from Australia, so this is winter in Australia, right, Janine? It should be cold there. Now I'm like, can we get some of your coldness from Australia, please? Then in winter I'll be like, can I just get the heat again? So, but hello, Elizabeth. How are you? Let's see. Who else is let's put up some chat, see how you guys are doing. Oh, Catherine, well, I'm so glad you finally got a notification. Probably because I did it for like a couple of minutes, probably I think 15 minutes before. Sometimes with YouTube, if you don't do it outside of 1 hour, they don't send out a notification. And since in my crazy schedule is the way it is, I don't usually have an hour outside of when I post things. It's like 15 minutes before I go is probably where I am. So when my schedule clears up a little bit better, I think I'll be able to do outside of an hour. So make sure everyone gets a notification. So I am so sorry. I just have a wild schedule sometimes, especially now. Yeah, what is happening? Oh, Karen M is here. Karen M, our awesome other moderator. Here's Karen. Saying hello to everyone. Hello, Karen. She's like saying hi to V, Thomas, and Angela, and Patty, and Cookie, and Cream, and Gwen, and Elizabeth, and Kenitha. She's just saying hi to everybody. Oh, it's hot too. Oh man, it's hot in Las Vegas. Oh my gosh, 113. Okay, so I'm not gonna complain about New York then. Sorry. Ooh, that is rough. Um, that is quite rough. So, hello, Glenn. Glenn's like, hello. How are you? um, Marcia, Marcia, dear. What is that? Marcia, she says, I've been on the Daily Star contradicting haters. That's my confession, Marcia. Save yourself and your mental health. Please stay away from the Star. No need to go and put your mental health in jeopardy on a tabloid, and a British tabloid, no less. Yeah, save your mental health. Protect your peace. Please, no need to do that. But I appreciate your heart, though. It's like you fighting for what's right. I appreciate that heart too. But oh my goodness, it's 100 degrees in South Texas. Ooh, I think we're all baking, absolutely all baking at this moment. But I have my fan, like I said the last time I gave away the air conditioning. So I have my fan, which is great. I love my fan. And my wonderful humidifier thing that I forgot that I had. Thank you all for reminding me why my throat is probably feeling the way it is because I wasn't using my humidifier. So I have it on right next to me. It's like one of those, I think it's called Pore, Pore or something. Yeah, it's really cool. It's this one actually gives out cool air. So instead of hot air or warm air, whatever the other ones does. But yeah, so it's actually working really well. Thank you. Oh, Nutty Doctor, thank you so much. Oh, rest your throat for days. I was trying, like, yeah, I was missing here for like 2 days, and then today I was like, okay, I gotta say hello. I'm like, this is 2 days is way too much. Thank you so much, Nutty Doctor. Thank you. Summers and my allergies and sinuses are always like crazy in the summertime. It's like, oh, I hate it. Um, but let's see. But anyways, guys, so stuff has been happening. I know yesterday, with all the stuff that was going on, I'm telling you, I'm so proud of Prince Harry. I just like this man. I'm like, dude, you are top. You know what I mean? I'm so proud of him and just the fight that he's been putting up for his security. I mean, granted, I wish he would never go back to Shutter Island ever, but he is insisting on doing so. I was like, okay, if you're insisting and if you want to do it, I know your family and friends are there and organizations that you work with are there, but I just appreciate this so much, him and his team fighting the UK government and winning, yes, okay, this was one step, now they have they have been given approval to go after and take the government to court. I just think it's just such a fantastic thing because everyone else was like they didn't think it could be done, and even the home office, they were so arrogant when with the first meetings that they had and the first things that came out, it was like, how dare you want to that attitude of like, how dare you want to take us to court. And now they're saying like, yeah, Harry does have a case, and they have to go to court now. And I love his audacity. I love his oomph and his chutzpah, I just love that. And maybe that's part of me that just loves to challenge authority. Yes, there's a part of me that does like to do that. But I just love that he just goes after it. And it's like, no, I could take you on and I could win. And I mean, I just remember just the arrogance of, that the lawyer from Home Office. He was just so condescending. And now it's like, yep, see, Harry has a case, and I mean, and of course the press is like, who does he think he is? Our police officers or our police department is not for sale and all of these nonsense. And I was like, yeah, maybe you ought to tell that to Tony Blair because he pays for it. So there, and others do. So, but I mean, again, I love his chutzpah, just like, it's just that thing about challenging and going after things. And I was like, you go, Prince Harry, go, 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 go. And I know you guys have probably read the story. Put it in the community page yesterday. And, yes, it was just, I mean, it's not breaking news now, obviously. It was yesterday. But that's when I started this, when I put this whole thing together and then still couldn't do it yesterday. So it's breaking news. A day late. But I just, I mean, I'm telling you, I feel like, it's like, I don't know Prince Harry, never met the man in my life, but I just feel like a proud mama, and I don't know why I don't ask. I just move my little scrolly thing. No, well, it's not scrolling anymore because it refuses to, but just do what it says. I know Lydia put it in the chat. Just please subscribe and hit the notification button so that you know when we drop a video, so you can be notified. And please like this video if you like our content, like it, share it with our friends, and that would be really awesome. Help us build a larger community. But I was just like yesterday jumping for joy when I saw this, because they had the thing the night before, that 10 a.m. UK time, that we'll be having the announcement will be coming, and I was so tense. I was like, oh my gosh, I was up here. I felt like I was well, maybe not. I don't know what it's like to have a child, but I had anticipation of because I was so terrified that they were going to say, no, you can't do it. And, probably my own, lack of faith in this. But I still don't trust, even though, the courts have been, not favorable, I should say, but they have just been gone about the law, but there's a part of me that I don't know, it still doesn't trust that they would do the right thing. And so I'm telling you, the British press has messed me up when it comes to trusting anything British. But I just love this so much. And one of the, as you can see, Scobie's note in his tweet yesterday, that he's now, Prince Harry's now able to challenge the Home Office in court. And one of the interesting things about the court, he didn't get everything that he wanted, but he got some, and he got enough. I'm sure he would have rather having everything, but the couple of the things that he didn't get, the judge basically was like, no, those are inarguables, you can't have those, and he got 1 and 2, and I didn't go to the amended statement, so I don't remember what they are. I was like, now I'm looking at it, it's like, you should have gone back today and just make sure of that. But if you look at 3, it says on ground 4, to the extent that the claimant contend that as a matter of fairness, she should have been told the content of RAVEC's policy before the February 20th decision was made. And on ground 5, but only to the extent that the claimant extend that prior to the February 20th decision, he should have had an opportunity to make representation to RAVEC, including opportunity to comment on other information RAVEC considered. And so he got, these are things that he can argue, that he should have been told basically he should have been told basically how RAVEC's policy and what their what's required for them to be able to grant him, or at least allow him to keep his security. Like, he wasn't told anything. And then they should have allowed him to present his case, to be able to say, okay, well, these are my needs, these are the things that's happening. We're getting threats from white supremacists. People are, in jail because they were, sending threats to my family. BBC had this thing, where they had to apologize for, to Harry and Meghan for posting this white supremacist thing without telling them. And it was just like all of this stuff. And then you think of the online hate, and then the press and all of that stirring up hate. He should have been able to, or given the opportunity to be able to meet with Ravik and present his case to them so that they have a better understanding of where he's coming from. And so that none of those things were done. And so the judge is allowing him to be able to, present his case. And the ones that were not done, the ones that, that he didn't get were the amended statements. And, it's so funny as I think about this is, even though he didn't get this, he did get what he wanted. Because one of the things I think with Harry with this is that he wants it in public. He wants a public record of this so that the public knows that there's no guessing. We don't have to rely on the press as to what happened, as in the case of Princess Diana, or people's memory, or some, cop wanting to protect the royal family and not speaking the truth, which I think a lot, just my opinion. No, I don't have proof of this, but just my opinion, allegedly. I just think that's what happened in the case of Princess Diana. But this is what they didn't have. It says the ground which the claimants seek to add an amendment is under the heading of procedural fairness. It is pleaded at significant length and repeats several matters under already relied on in support of other grounds, excluding points obviously repetitive of points made elsewhere. The matters that rise are these: the claimant should have been told who the members of Ravik were. The claimant should have had an opportunity to make representation to Ravik. Ravik's chairman, Sir Richard Motran, and representation to the chairman, okay, and to comment on any information Ravik took into account. And the claimant did not have the opportunity to comment on the appropriateness of Ravik's process and involvement in certain individuals in Ravik's process. And so the whole thing with this, well, let's read on, because the judge is his decision on that. It says, I do not consider there is any substance either in one or three. In the course of submission, it is become apparent that while the claimant may have had disagreements with persons who were in Ravik's committee members, there is no evidence at all that to support a claim that any committee member had approached decisions with a closed mind, or that either the decision was affected by bias. Notwithstanding the lack of any such evidence, the claimant's skeleton argument hinted that such claim might be put, and Ms. Fatima QC submission in open court did the same. But ultimately, it is accepted for the claimant that no such case was or could be advanced. That being so, it would have been better that these proceedings not have been the occasion to raise matters that are not part of the claimant's challenge. And so one of the things that for me that I got out of this, I know it's a little bit wordy there, but one of the things he didn't allow them to move forward with Harry's claiming that he should have been told who was a part, like who in the royal family is a member of Ravik. And he also brought up the thing that, he in court, that he had him and Sir Edward Young have a very contentious relationship. And so basically Harry was like, I should have been told that he is a part of Ravik. And, he could have had, felt like, no, I don't want him to be a part of the decision making, someone who I am at loggerhead with to be making decisions on my security. The judge found that, okay, that's not arguable, I can't put that forward. He didn't find that there was any bias in the fact that, Sir Edward Young was there, no matter what his relationship with Harry is. I think, I think for me with these court cases, you have to throw as much as you can in and let, and see how much you can get in there and let the judge decide if that could work or not. And I'm glad they put this in. I'm glad Harry raised this challenge, even though I'm sure they probably knew that it's like, okay, maybe we won't get this into the case, me having a say in the fact that, Sir Edward Young was there, but, and the other two. But what putting that in there did was it made us it put on public record who in the royal family is a part of Raven. Because if Harry hadn't done that, if him and his team had not included that, his objection to and him that they should have told him that Edward Young, Clive Alderton, and Thomas Lang Baker were a part of Ravek, nobody would have known. Because I know we were guessing, I was guessing who was, I was thinking Prince Charles, Prince William. I didn't know exactly who the members of the royal family were that were a part of Ravek. So if Harry hadn't put that in, even though the judge is not advancing this with the other, the other 4 points, that put this on public record. So now we know that the Queen, the Queen's private secretary, Sir Edward Young, Clive Alderton, who is Prince Charles's private secretary, and Thomas Lang, who was the Queen's former private secretary at the time when Harry and Meghan, when their security was stripped. Now we know that all 3 of these people are part of Ravek. So even though now we, this is not going to be, something that they're going to be fighting over in court. Now this is a part of public record. And so I am just like, you go, Harry. Because otherwise we would have never known this. It would have just been this like, well, who? And because he challenged it and because he put it out there, now we know. Now we know how this works. And so I was last night trying to find out, and I couldn't find out because Ravek, you Google Ravek, you get this 1-page thing, and that's it. It's like I couldn't find how long Ravek has been in existence and if it was there when Princess Diana was alive. Because I was like, that would be very, very interesting to know if it was there at the time, and who in the royal family was a part of Ravek at that time. I mean, none of these people were. I mean, Edward Young and these other 2. I think Edward Young came in right when Meghan. I think he came in 2017, and Thomas Lang, I think, around the same time. All the time, I don't remember when he started, but none of them obviously were there in those positions when Princess Diana was alive. So I would love to know who it is, and frankly, I think the royal family and everyone knows, and that's why I think they're going after Harry so hard in all these things to try to discredit him in so many ways, because I think they know where he's going with this. It's exactly where I would go. I would go, and I think they know that he is going to find out, and he is going, and I'm glad why they're going to court. Because then they could, put people on the stands and ask them questions and find out how long they've been there and who's been there and who's been a part of Ravek at certain times. I am very excited and interested to know all these things. And I think for me, they must know that Harry is going after trying to find out what happened to Princess Diana's security, along with, getting justice for himself, so it just, oh, Ravek was implanted after 2020. Okay, thank you so much. I didn't know. I couldn't find it. Thank you so much. So I wonder what was in place. I mean, was it then just the Metropolitan Police Department? Thank you so much, Margaret. Sorry, I didn't even say Margaret's name, but thank you. Was it then just a Metropolitan Police Department who was in charge of the security for the royal family, or was there another organization that preceded Ravek? So again, I just, in spite of the fact that he didn't get all he wanted, but for me, this is one of the most important part, because now he knows who to look at. Now he knows who to point a finger at. It's like, yeah, this is the person that was there. And again, we remember from previous episode, we talked about this, that when Harry offered to pay security for his security during the Sandringham Summit, the so-called Sandringham Summit, he offered to pay it there, and then he also sent an email to Sir Edward Young about that, and none of that was turned over to Ravek. So Edward Young never passed on that information, or Clive Alderton or Thomas Lang, none of them pass that information on to Ravek. And again, that speaks to, it's like, well, why wouldn't you do that? And then the lawyer, and I remember when, again, that very condescending lawyer, the first hearing that they had was so condescending and such a liar, because he was like, oh no offer to pay was there, and which is, I think, where the Daily, the Mail on Sunday wrote that article why Harry sued them for libel. But I guess Daily Mail could blame the lawyer from the Home Office for saying that. But yeah, he was like, no offer was paid at the beginning. It was only after after the case was filed in September that the offer was paid, which was a complete lie. And I'm glad they said that Harry had emailed Sir Edward Young, because now he has receipts that offer, and so I think the Mail on Sunday is about to lose another court case, because their whole libel case was, dependent on Harry lying and saying that he offered to pay. They were like, no, you didn't. You're lying. You're just trying to twist it to make you look good. And it's like, well, that's moot point now that Harry has evidence, and and that we know that he offered to pay twice, and Edward Young did not. He did not convey that message to Ravek. So interesting, very interesting. And also what's interesting as well is this. It says, thus far, Ravek has not had an opportunity to explain the reason for its decision of stripping Harry and Meghan of and Archie of their security. They have not explained their reason for its decision. A defendant is not required to file evidence at the permission stage, which is where we just finished. Evidence is usually filed only if the permission to apply for judicial review is granted. The defendant has pleaded to the ground of challenge at paragraph 57 of the summary ground of resistance. However, the court will not be able to fully appraise the merits of this ground of challenge until the defendant's evidence is available. The evidence is likely to explain what matters Ravek did consider, if those matters include any of those identified in 53 of the claimant's pleading, how they were considered and assessed against other matters, if any of the matters of paragraph 53 were not considered, and the evidence will explain why not, etc., etc., etc. So basically, Home Office felt like, and I guess the lawyers didn't have to explain anything until, Harry got permission to further review. And so now that Harry got, permission for the review, I don't remember how many days they have to file their reasoning for taking away. I guess they have to file a full reasoning for taking away Harry, Meghan, and Archie's security. So we await that. But it's kind of interesting, It'd be very interesting to see all the reasons why they think, having right-wing nutcases coming at you and threatening your life and your wife and child's life is not a reason why you need to have 24-hour security and armed security when you're in the UK. I would love to hear them explain that one. Very much love to hear them explain that one, but it's very, very, very interesting. Home Office, according to Reuters, they contacted Home Office, and this was the email they sent back. They asked them, it says, asked about the statement, the government spokesperson said that the UK government's protective security system was rigorous and proportionate, and that it was a long-standing policy not to provide detailed information at any arrangement, as it could compromise the individual's security. Yeah, I mean, the security that you don't want to give Harry, that's what you're compromising. Seriously. And the spokesperson also said it would be inappropriate to comment in detail on any legal proceeding. So that's their where they stand on that. But it's like, they don't want to talk about it because it will compromise the individual security. And it's just like, well, don't want to give him security. You're not giving him security. So there's really nothing to compromise, is there? But, I guess that, they don't. I mean, that's the reason why we never, you would never hear them talk about the royal family security. The Republic group, they actually think, the sovereign grant is usually like, well, this year it went up to 102 million pounds. They actually believe what the sovereign grant, the amount that the royal family actually gets is about 300 and something million pounds, because they never include security. and they have the same excuse because it will jeopardize their security of the royal family. They never include the cost. And so they calculated, I don't know how they arrived at it, but they calculated to over 300 million pounds, what the actual amount they get, and not just the 102 million pounds. So, but I mean, we saw, that helicopter ride from, I don't know, I guess Kensington Palace, whatever, to go to James Bond was like, what, 34,000 pounds or something like that from the Sovereign Grant. So you can only imagine for a whole year what the security cost is for the royal family. And of course, they don't tell you that. And so, I mean, it just, all of this thing just brought me back to Princess Diana, because again, they have to know this is where Prince Harry is going. I mean, again, I don't have any absolute proof, but everything I've seen so far, and this is, for me, I'd be surprised if this isn't part of what he wants to find out. I mean, I would want to find out who gave, in spite of what the narrative is, in spite of what the royal family have said and the police have said, I would want to find out. I'd want to, see for myself if what they say it's true. And we know from experience with the royal family, you really can't trust a lot of the things they say. You just can't trust them at all. So Reuters, and this was a 15-year-old article from Reuters, that says Britain's former police chief said on Thursday that Princess Diana would be alive if she had agreed to her police protection being reinstated. Former Metropolitan Police Commissioner Paul Condon told the inquest into her death that he had reportedly tried in vain to get her to change her mind, because they were saying she rejected the security, and he's saying, no, I tried to change her mind. And he went on to say, just different clippings from the article. It says, if it was my wish, she had a police protection in Paris, then I'm absolutely convinced those 3 lives would have not have been tragically lost, Condon told the inquest. He goes on to say, at a meeting with the police in October 1994, Diana had asked if her car had been fitted with a tracking device or her phone bugged. Detective reassured her that she was not being bugged, but Condon says clearly she had decided in her own mind, sadly, I think, that the police, if they were on anyone's side, were not on her side. And then finally he said, Condon said that after Diana's death, he did not reveal a secret note from Diana's lawyers about her fears of being assassinated because it would have upset her sons. And this again is from a 15-year-old article from 2008 from Reuters, and I've read this in other places as well. And again, we know of a situation where Princess Diana was very concerned that her car she was going to die in a car crash. And so it's, when I see stuff where, for example, a couple of days ago with the BBC, deciding along, because we know William, that was his wish, a few months ago when he wanted the BBC to never broadcast Diana's interview with Martin Bashir again. We saw a couple of days ago where BBC has agreed to silence Princess Diana, basically, and never show her video, that interview again with Martin Bashir. And they went off to pay Tiggy money because of all the stuff that was happening. They had claimed that she was having an affair with Prince Charles. But even with that situation, with that Tiggy situation, if I was in Diana's position, I would think exactly the same. I would literally think the same, because if you see some pictures of Tiggy and Prince Charles, it's like, and especially you were dealing with Charles and Camilla. You're, from 19 years old, you're dealing with Charles and his, his relationship with Camilla. And then you see Charles and I mean, how could you not? And I think there was just a lot of gaslighting there with Princess Diana. They would do things and then make her think that she's crazy, and so it just, oh goodness. I just hope all of this leads to the truth. I don't believe these people. I in my heart, and again, I don't have any proof of any of this, but from just judging it, from what Harry is going through with trying to get security, what they have been doing and how they have been doing it, it just really makes me, and this is in plain sight. I mean, Princess Diana didn't have the internet, she didn't have the squad calling this stuff out, she didn't have anything. So imagine what they hid back then. I mean, they're doing this in plain sight to Harry, where we can all watch it in real time. Imagine what they did to Princess Diana, who had none of this, back in the day. And so there is no way that I believe, this guy. I would love to say that I could believe this police commissioner. I would love to say, but knowing what the Metropolitan Police, knowing what they are and how deeply rooted they are in the royal family. I mean, gosh, they wouldn't even reopen an investigation on Prince Andrew and his alleged, rapist pedophile accusation. And I mean, they wouldn't even do that, So if you are doing that in plain sight, what it is it that you were doing back when Princess Diana, when nobody was really looking at you and everybody just sort of believed what the royal family said, And so for me, I'm just hoping that Prince Harry get the answers for this, because I am not convinced, and I literally cannot trust the Metropolitan Police at all in any sense of the word. I don't care what they said unless I see. And I think, again, this is why Harry is doing all the stuff he's doing and have it as public record. So that way in the future, his, Lily and Archie grow up, they don't have to wonder what they go through. They don't have to rely on lying royal reporters or the British press to figure out, because of what, the situation with Princess Diana, we don't know the truth, because there's no legal document that says what happened to her, what happened to her security. We have to simply rely on, whether for my part, the lies, because I don't believe them. They could be telling the truth. I just don't believe it. We have to rely on their word. And it's like, who can trust this? I can't. So Harry and Meghan are making sure that it's on the public document and legal documents, so that his children would know the truth as they grow up, So I am really rooting for Harry for this, that he is able to get everything he wants out of this and be able to learn and know exactly what happened to his mom and his mom's security. And while he is doing that, desperately fighting for his family's life, we still have this one living high and dry on his security, taxpayer funded security, and nobody says a word. Not one person says a word. And it just, it's just, yeah. I just like, unreal. Absolutely unreal. That it's like, are you serious? But yeah, that is the British royal family way, unfortunately. Absolutely the royal family way. Kenitha, I'm just jumping the chat for a second. I've been talking a lot. Kenitha says the Queen has invited Harry and Meghan to Balmoral. I'm sure that they'll be busy. It's not sure. Did Harry and Meghan say they were invited to Balmoral? I don't remember. I don't see. I mean, Harry and Meghan have been very quiet. So unless Harry and Meghan say they have been invited to Balmoral, I would consider this a lie. Harry and Meghan, nobody speaks for them. They speak for themselves. So if this is from the British tabloid, I would just consider it a lie unless Harry and Meghan say that. Wendy says, oh, she's talking to Connie. All the tabloids should pay for their lies. Oh, don't we all wish? Don't we wish? Carolyn Boyce says, she's talking to Catherine. Can American security carry guns in the UK? No, they cannot. And that was one of the things, that they cannot carry guns there. That's why Harry is looking for proper security there. that can carry guns. So that's one of the big sticking issues. The other big sticking issues is sharing information. They don't have the access if they're not to updated security information while they're there. They need to have permission from the Metropolitan Police to get that kind of updated security information. So those are the sticking points with security in the UK. In America, they can carry their guns. In the UK, they cannot. Lydia says, yes, Prince Charles had other mistresses besides Camilla. She happened to be the last one standing. Yeah, he had others. And yeah, it's amazing. Camilla, whatever she's doing, she just kind of got the others out of the way. It's unreal, absolutely unreal. Yeah. Joyce, hi Joyce. Joyce says, I think Camilla was more fearful of Tiggy than Diana. But they put it on Diana. It's so funny because I saw a story that I hadn't known about, apparently about Diana's fears about Tiggy, Charles and Tiggy's relationship, because apparently, and I don't know, there are fake things on the internet, but apparently Diana had written that she feared that Charles was going to get rid of her, and it's so wild, that thinking. Charles was going to get rid of her and Camilla so he could marry Tiggy. And so it's just like, wow, to even have that thought that, wow, he can get rid of me and his girlfriend so he can marry the other girlfriend. It's just like, oh my gosh, that is just so tragic. And again, I saw it on the internet, and if it's true, if it's not, I don't know. I had not seen it before, and I was like, holy mackerel, to even have that thinking, that it's me, the girlfriend, and the other girlfriend. It's like, oh my God. Yeah, that's just very tragic. Unreal. I'm like, what did they see in Charles? Well, title, I guess. I'm like, I don't see the attraction. Michael Miller, hi, Michael Miller says, let's see what Michael says the moment that the Queen took away Princess Diana HRH, she lost her security. She did not decline security. She was no longer HRH thanks to the Queen. And that's the thing. They took and that's my thing, because the narrative has always been she died because she rejected her security. And I'm like, that's a lie. I don't believe that. I'm like, Diana is a mother of children. What mother with two young children is going to say no to security to protect herself and be able to be there for her children? No mother, as I know, would do something that stupid, especially in that higher profile. I don't believe that for a second. That's why I've always never believed that. I mean, that's stupid, And yes, they, the Metropolitan policemen was saying that they've always had a difficult relationship with her when she was divorcing Prince Charles, and they tried to get her to keep her security. I'm like, yeah, no, there's something. One and one is not adding up to two here. One and one is not adding up, and yeah, it just. And he even said, it was clear that she didn't feel like the police was on her side. So it could either be where, they just literally pulled the security, or they made her, they did things to make her feel like they're not going to protect her, And like, even now you see stuff that the Metropolitan Police have been doing exactly. I mean, couple of their officers just got fired recently for posting all those racist things about Meghan. And it's not the first time. One of them was saying that he would never want to protect Harry and Meghan. So when you do stuff like that, if I'm the one that need protection, so when you do stuff like that, it'll make me not trust you. And so I'm not going to want you around me, because I'm going to, if I am Meghan, would I want one of those people who've been posting racist things on chat lines about me to be protecting me? I wouldn't be able to trust that, So they do stuff like that to make you not trust, and then gaslight you and claim, oh no, she just rejected it. You know what I mean? So one of those two things happened, but I don't believe that Princess Diana just for no reason just rejected police protect. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. So let's see who else is chatting. Catherine Bird. Catherine says, I do not want Meghan and the kids back in the UK. Me. That makes two of us, Catherine. Betty can keep zooming. Lady Diana and Archie. Lily Diana and Archie with the Queen, with Queen Daria at the cookout. I feel you. Hey, Zoom is there. They can definitely Zoom, so I feel the same. Fatuma, hi Fatumata, sorry. I had no idea that Prince was so determined. It's very inspiring. It's a lesson in life. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, talk about taking on the government. I mean, you think of Harry and Meghan, they have taken on the most powerful people in the UK and are winning. Think of the press. They're taking on the press. They're taking on the royal family. I mean, that's what they're doing is unprecedented because nobody would ever dare to do stuff like that because they just turned my fan off and it just all of a sudden got so quiet. It's just to realize how loud it was. I hope it wasn't too loud in your ears. Wow, that was just like drastic difference there. But yeah, Prince Harry is just incredibly inspiring, and I think that's why they're so afraid of, especially Meghan. They can't believe that this American woman with black blood could come there and have the audacity, the challenge, and beat their most powerful institutions, and then say, peace out, I'm bouncing. They can't believe it. So that's why, 2 years later, they're all still up in their feelings about this and really not taking it well at all. And so it's just, again, it's that daring, that chutzpah, that like oomph that I love it. So it's definitely inspiring. Let's see. Angela, One Love. Hello, Angela. Angela says they think they're untouchable, therefore they continue with their wickedness upon wickedness, iniquity upon iniquity. Tell it, preach it, Angela. Honestly, they are untouchable. Nobody would touch them. I mean, how many cash for access, cash for honors, cash in a shopping bag? I always laugh when I think of Prince Charles carrying a £1 million in a shopping bag. They're not going to touch them. You think again, Prince Andrew, they refused to reopen the case of Prince Andrew's alleged, pedophile raping behavior. And so it's just, they are untouchable. They always like to say, nobody's above the law. I'm sorry, that's not the truth. That's a lie. The royal family is above the law. They prove it all the time. Again, Queen Betty is, exempt from 160 UK laws. Hello, how much more untouchable can you get? So they are above the law and they are untouchable. Let's see. What else you say? Oh, Pillar Prescott, thank you so much. Thank you for your super sticker. I appreciate your support. Thank you. Thank you. Cookies and Cream, our other moderator. Hello, Cookies and Cream. Cookies and Cream says the Sussexes need to stay away from those racist people. They are not to be trusted ever. They are very dangerous. Hello. I'm like, my grandmother always says, I would not trust you what did she say? I won't trust you as far as I can throw you, or I think I just butchered that. Anyways, I'm with you. I don't trust them. Let me stop trying to remember what my grandmother says. It's been a long time. It's unreal. Dana says, and the sooner the public understands the monarchy is part of the government, it's clearer to see the invisible hands at work regarding Harry and Meghan. Harry has seen behind the curtain. Yes, he does. And so it's imperative we support him. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I totally believe that, that people need to understand the monarchy is a part of the government. It's not two separate things. If Boris Johnson says jump, Queen Betty, all she can do is say how high. Basically, those men in gray they don't work for Queen Betty. People like to give her this like all these power. I'm just like, no, Queen Betty's like an employee. I know she has a title and it has all that stuff, and no, she can't. Like Harry said, she can't just do what she wants to do. And so, and again, people, again, I don't even know how in 2022, the year of our Lord 2022, people could still have the notion or still believe that the royal family is politically neutral, that they don't get involved in government. Like, I don't know. I don't even understand how you could be in this time and age and still have that thinking. But unfortunately, some people still do. It's amazing to me. Absolutely amazing to me. Karen says, hi, Paddle, you're so right. Oh, thank you. I don't know what I'm right about, but let's read on. Thank you, Karen. I think you and I think alike. What you are saying was exactly my thought. I was having a same conversation with my brother a couple of weeks ago. Get it on record for the kids. Yeah, absolutely. Again, I'm sure Harry, it's probably one of the things that haunts him because he doesn't know exactly what happened. He doesn't know the truth because there's so many liars. There's so many lying narrative coming out of the royal family, coming out of the government in France, coming out of the investigations in France, that's coming out of the press. So much lies that you don't know what to believe. And I'm sure that is something that haunts him, that he doesn't know what the truth is. And so he is making sure that as he and Meghan go on with whatever, cases, whatever things that they're doing, whatever court cases they bring, whatever, that they're having it on a legal document, not anything in the press, but on a court document, so that it's there, for history. And so his kids and generations coming up don't have to wonder, as he has been having to wonder since his mother died. So I can't imagine that torture. So, but great minds think alike, Karen. I'm just saying. I'm just pretending I have a great mind. So there. Wendy says, the Queen hasn't been in charge of the monarchy for years. She's only figurehead. Not even Charles have say. The firm controls everything. Hate continues under Sussexes. Yeah, I mean, Harry made this very clear, even in Scobie's article, they talk about, the monarchy isn't there about people, the member of the royal family's figurehead. It doesn't matter what their position is. They don't care about your well-being. It's all about the monarchy. Yeah, Prince Charles has some control, but he still, I always think of them as just their employees, no matter what kind of, status they supposedly have. When the monarchy calls, they have to go. They don't have a choice, and so it's just unreal. It's like, ooh. Beverly Isidore. Hello, Beverly. Beverly says, and the non-working royals have security? And other non-working royals have security? If yes, then why is Prince Harry and his family not have security? I think Prince Harry should have security because of his work in the military, etc. I mean, Beverly, that's the thing. I mean, you would think as a nation, and for me, I just look on the UK as just the most ungrateful people I've come across in a long time, especially in the way how they treat their military. Because for Harry to have spent 10 years in the Queen's, she's supposedly, she's a figurehead, but that's her military. And for them, the way how they have treated Prince Harry, and especially not only that, his service for 10 years, but the work he's done with veterans for all these years, you would think that they would understand that, you don't treat your veteran in this way. I mean, he was born into this thing. He didn't ask to be a prince. He was born into this. This is you. I don't care what you need to do. But the fact that, yes, like right up on the screen right now, someone who is not a working royal, or, at least not publicly, he probably is, I'm sure he's probably doing something privately for the queen, as he's always been doing. But he's getting his security, and it's unreal to me that they just feel fine with treating a veteran in this way. I mean, it is appalling that Prince Harry has to literally almost like beg. It's like, no, I need, it's like, oh my gosh, really? So unbelievable. And again, the people who have the power to make that happen, his family, are not doing anything about it. Unbelievable. Denise, hi Denise, says Twiggy probably had to sign a non-disclosure to get that check from the Daily Mail. Well, the check was from the BBC, so I don't know if she had a check from the Daily Mail. I didn't hear about that, but she has the BBC that she had that decided to pay her because I guess part of how Martin Bashir got the interview, and I didn't realize that was that he tried to convince her that Twiggy was having an affair with Prince Charles. Again, if you've seen pictures, and I've seen pictures of Prince Charles and Twiggy, and sometimes she was with Harry and Harry and his other brother, you would think that they were, one little family. You would think. I mean, I could, again, if I was Princess Diana, coming from my experience with Camilla, I would literally think the same. And whether that was done to make her, jealous or whatever, and have thinking that something that's not really true, I wouldn't put it past them. And then when she reacts, they gaslight her. It's like, oh, no, that's just your mind. You're losing your mind. There's nothing wrong, which they do all the time. This is something that the royal family do all the time. They do stuff and then gaslight you. Not even just them. It's like the press do it all the time as well. They will antagonize whatever. And then when you react to what they do or, come at them, then they blame you for your reaction. They do this all the time. And so, again, if I was in Princess Diana's shoes, I will feel the exact same thing and I would think the exact same thing, So I don't think Martin Bashir told Diana anything that she wasn't already thinking. Again, when we remember the first BBC report with Lord, what is his name? Lord Di, I guess his name is. I think that's Lord Dyson, I think his name was, who did the report for the BBC. He even said in his report, if Diana didn't sit down with Martin Bashir, she would have found someone else to do it. So this wasn't a matter of, oh, it's because Martin Bashir did all this stuff, that's how he got the interview. No, Diana already had this. She even said, I did this with a clear mind. Nobody forced me to do it. I wanted to do it. She was totally fine with that. She would have given it to the interview to someone else. She just happened to give it to Martin Bashir. Even Lord Dyson even said that in his report. So again, I mean, like, I just, but I say all that to say, I am just happy that Prince Harry is doing his thing. And, they hopefully would start. It was so funny that they keep saying that Harry is so silly. I'm not using the words that they are saying, but basically referring to him as not very smart. And I'm like, y'all better wake up, because like every month Harry is winning another case from y'all, while y'all sitting there thinking Harry is silly and all of these names that you're calling him. Harry is there beating you in every single step of the way, winning court cases against you, so y'all can sit there and, and stay in your ignorance about who Prince Harry is. So unreal. Legs, hi Legs. Legs says, I think that this Queen Balmoral story is just that, a story. The British media would love to get their own shots of the children. When the Sussexes don't show up, it'll be they snub the Queen. Of course, it's summer nonsense, and that's why Prince Harry and if you notice, probably even before, Harry and Meghan don't respond to the media anymore. And it's not just the British tabloids. They literally do not respond to anybody. So you always see like in articles, oh, we reached out to the Sussexes and didn't get a response. They have not been, and I remember that post from Nacho on his Instagram when they were doing Polo. And I think it was just after they came back from the UK, I think something like that, when the Sussexes were there for the Jubilee. When he posted, like, if people, and I'm going to butcher this, it's like, if people are determined to misunderstand you, you treat them with silence. And I always go back to that because Harry and Meghan, they do not respond. And it's like, they are not going to respond to this nonsense because it's like they're just doing stuff to get a response from the Sussexes so they can have another article to write. And it's like, Harry and Meghan are probably like, we're not going to be part of this. You can write whatever you need to write. You will not get a story from us. And so, yeah, so I am happy with them being silent. Like, you just stay silent until you need to drop a podcast or drop. Oh, by the way, someone said today was podcast day or something like that. Did you all hear that? I don't know. It's like, oh, well, happy podcast day to us. I only saw that because one of our squaddies was like, dear Spotify, since it's podcast day, do you think we could possibly maybe get archetypes? So, but anyways, let's see what y'all saying. Our Carter says the arrogance and entitlement of this royal family. Thank God the wickedness skipped Harry. Hello, skipped, or he grew up. It was there for a little bit in the beginning, but he grew up, learned, and changed, and has matured into what he is today. So thank goodness for change, and having a woman in your life who at least could see these things and like, hey, that's not gonna work. There need to be some changes here. So yeah. Sheila says that Charles fired someone who didn't share his vision for his project some time ago, saying they aren't in charge. Saying they aren't in charge is to protect the syndicate. I'm not sure what you mean, but that Prince Charles and his staff, I mean, we talk about this all the time. Prince Charles does not keep staff that will say no to him. If they talk about shares vision, his vision is yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. That's his staff. Yes sir. That's why you'll have a bunch of staff counting 100 pounds of cash from a shopping bag. That's how you end up in stuff like that, because that's the people he hires. So I don't share my vision is that person probably said no. And it's like, no, I can't have a staff that say no to me. You must always say yes, because that's Prince Charles. They are yes. Yeah, his staff are all yes people. So, sorry, it got hot again, so I got to put my fan on. So I hope it's not too loud. I'm sorry. You can let me know in the chat if my fan is loud. Pedal, why is there no live chat in the replay? I usually take the live chat out of the replay because I always feel like the live chat is our private time here. And so there's the regular comments. I leave that for the replay. So, I don't know. I don't think I've ever I don't really check for the other podcasts if they do that. But I always feel like the live chats is just, I don't know, it's our private time here. And not that it's private, all 452 of our favorite and closest friends are here. But then after that, I just feel like after that, it's just, I don't know. I just feel like it breaks the private time we have here. And then the regular comments is for if you're not in the chat, then we have that private time. So I don't know, maybe that's wrong, and maybe you all would like to see the chat. So I'm assuming that's why you're asking, Sheila, so you can let me know what you think. And it could be either way. I don't know why, I just always felt like, well, that's a private time here and it's a little different. I don't know, that's just kind of feeling. But you can let me know if you'd rather see the live chat. And maybe I should put a poll in our community page, and you can let me know what you think. I don't know why I'm sorry if that was the wrong thing to do. I don't know. So you can let me know if what you think about that. But thank you for asking. It's a very good question, Sheila. Thank you. My little quirks. Let's see. Anne Fu. Hello, Anne. How are you? Anne says, of course, Queenie is the head of church, yet she condones Andrew's what Andrew did to little, yes. And it's, I mean, the Church of England is a mess. It's just, I don't understand. I'm like, where in the Bible does it say the queen is the head of the church? It's like Jesus is the head of the church. That's what the Bible says. How did it become a queen? Is that, like, I don't even understand where they come up with these things. It's unreal to me. Absolutely unreal. Carolyn says, Petal, Harry and Meghan should study to be lawyers. I'm telling you, they are, I could totally see them being litigators. They certainly got it down. I mean, they don't lose court cases, that's for sure. I love that. I love it about them, that people know. It's like, you do anything, I'm going to come with the law. And that is, oh, talk about the law. I saw something on Twitter and I don't even know how to check for it. And I kept forgetting to ask someone, because someone was saying on Twitter, and I don't know if this is true, that the court case between Samantha, the one that she filed against Meghan, was dismissed or something, but I didn't see it anywhere. Does anybody know? And do you guys know how to check a court? Like, I think it's called like a docket or something. I have no idea. I was trying to figure out how to do it to check for myself. And I'm like, I don't know how to do it. So help. If you know, can you tell me? And if you have any word about that, because I'd like to know. I mean, as we have stated here, and shared here from the court briefings, I mean, the whole case was without merit. So the fact that it's lasted this long, I'm like, I don't understand why these things take so long. But I guess that's how it works. But I would love to know this is over. That's one thing off Meghan's shoulder that she doesn't have to deal with. So I don't know if that's a truth or not. I saw one tweet, but I couldn't find anything else. So I was like, well, maybe I'm just the only one that don't know where it is, or don't know how to check the courts to figure out, to find their court cases. So if anybody knows, please help. Teach me. Thank you so much, Legs. Oh, Legs. There, we put it back there. Here we go. Thank you so much for your super sticker, Legs. I appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lottie G says, hi, Lottie says, Harry was smart enough to marry a woman with class and integrity. That's a smart man, because he could have married someone like his father did. Yes, definitely. As again, Harry knew, he said he had to step it up. He had to step up to get to Meghan's standard. And it's good for him for not being intimidated. I'm sure he had to grow in that too, because he's always been top banana, and it's like you realizing that it's like, oh wow, I gotta up my game. And so kudos to him for doing that, and look at where they are now. So it's a good thing. It's a very good thing. Beverly says, Prince Harry is no longer a troubled person he was before, but a grown and intelligent man with a strong and loving woman behind him to keep him out of trouble. Well, he sure used to get into trouble, didn't he? But as we know, no more than William. It's just that we know about Harry because William and the press contract. But yeah, it's just I'm just so proud of both of them. And we need to keep praying for them, because attacks from left and right, every single day at them. And for me, I'm just happy that they are not on social media, so they don't have to see any of that mess, so that they can hang out under their tree and do whatever they're doing in Montecito. I'm really, really happy that they don't have to see that, and I hope they never come back to social media, because I would not want them to see some of the things that are there. And so yeah, so it's good for him that that. And you just have to see, like, you guys saw the interview that he did with Chloe, whatever, the snowboarder, and Adam Grant, and how amazing, like, it's like this, such a peaceful person, and such a person who has grown and come into his own, and is working through. And we don't ever we don't ever arrive, but it's wonderful to see just how matured he is with understanding his own mental fitness and mental health, and just working through it. And it's a beautiful thing to see. Oh my goodness, thank you so much, C. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. For you, thank you for your super sticker. Wait, Elizabeth, I sent you a super sticker. Did you get it? I didn't hear, just to make sure I did it right. Wait, did you just do it? Let me check, Elizabeth. Let me check through here if you just did it. I could have missed it, because this sometimes jumps, and I don't see everything. Oh, let me see something. Hang on. Let me scroll all the way down and go up. And in the meantime, Marcia, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your super sticker. You guys, thank you for your generosity. I appreciate this so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's see. Elizabeth. I don't see it, Elizabeth. As I go up. Oh wow! See this? Why I say this thing jumps? I didn't even see this one. Black Cougar, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Thank you. Let me try to also find Elizabeth's. I'm scrolling all the way. I don't see it, Elizabeth. I'm scrolling all the way up. But yeah, if you want to try again or not, I mean, I don't, or probably hold off. And what I will do is, when this is over, I could check at the end. I could check the super stickers at the end and see, and I could definitely let you know. So if you want to leave me a comment in the regular comments, and then I will check it and then respond to you and let you know, just in case, because sometimes this jumps and then I don't see all of the chats that I need to see, because it just jumps and then it hides things. I don't know why it does that. My computer is a little old, so maybe that could be it. So yeah. Shella or Sheila? Oh, Sheila. Wait, is it Shella? It looks like Shella. Shella James. Shella says they're attacking Doria to provoke a reaction out of Meghan. La Familia is also that word that Doria never gave them and their goons the opportunity to disrespect her and trample her dignity. Whoever is doing that, I mean, again, it's just trying to provoke a reaction out of Harry and Meghan. And again, I am very happy. This is where silence is priceless. It is unbelievably powerful, because they are doing the most to try to get Harry and Meghan's attention, and Harry and Meghan refuse to give it to them. And it's a beautiful thing to watch. And I hope they stay not giving them attention, so, because at some point you're like, they have to stop, because when they realize, like, nobody's paying attention to you, nobody's giving you energy, nobody's, it's like you're fighting by yourself. You look stupid. Then again, some of them are so stupid they'll probably just keep doing it forever because it doesn't connect. But hopefully some that are a little bit smarter would get the points. Like, no, we're not paying attention to you. So, Maria says, Harry makes sure Meghan walks along beside him instead of behind him. This is Harry's blessing. Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you think of there's so much fragile male ego a lot of times where that is like, oh no, you need to walk behind me. It's like they don't feel elevated if they don't walking in front of someone, or, they have the power, and it's just like, fragile male ego it could be a thing. But I'm happy to see more and more men are being like, no, I want my wife or my girlfriend or whomever right there with me, right beside me, and we can walk together. So beautiful. So let's move on. I just have one more thing I think to chat about. Hang on one second. Let's just take that down. Okay. So it's so funny. I never know these people, and it's just like I see these things sometimes on Twitter. I was like, RS Locke or Royal Suitor, she just knows everything. I'm like, I don't even know how she puts sometimes some of this stuff together. I was like, really? Who are these people? Like, I only know Daniel, who is Meghan's friend, and he does her makeup a lot. Like, I don't know if he did her makeup when she came this time, but he usually does it. But so Iris Locke wrote this, and it says, now this is interesting. V is a Queen's Commonwealth Trust alum that H&M, Harry and Meghan, highlighted in their 2020 Zoom conversation with young leaders, and Meghan had been rocking several of the Chiffon Co. Pinky ring lately. Now, Gunkel, Daniel, is helping mentor the next generation of women leaders. And so Daniel had posted this with these two young ladies. And if the young lady on the top right, V, she has she's in the UK. I think she's from, I want to say Nigeria. Is it Ghana? One of those countries, I think. And she has this education platform that really empowers women back in her country. And so it's really amazing. So she was featured in the Queen's Commonwealth Trust thing. And so she apparently was in New York. And I think it was the same time Meghan and Harry were there. And Daniel is working with this company called Chiffon Co. or Chiffon, and these two young ladies were in town, and I guess being a part of whatever, a seminar or whatever, that's part of that. And if you look at Royal Suitor, she said Meghan has been rocking several Chiffon Co. pinky ring lately, and I was like, oh, okay. I knew she had rings. I wasn't paying attention to her pinky rings, but okay. And so if you down bottom right, Daniel Martin had tweeted about it. He says, mentor meeting with these two inspiring young women, Shilpe, Chiffon Co. Shilpe, I guess, is the lady on the left, and V Kativu at Empowered. We're cooking up something big in September, so watch this space. And it's hashtag it, empowering women, mentorship, Chiffon. And so it's like, I'm like, oh well, yeah, this is definitely up Meghan's alley, something. And she's been apparently wearing their pinky ring. So of course I was like, well, who are these people? I had no idea. And so I kind of went down a rabbit hole with this, me and my little rabbit holes. But this is a good rabbit hole with this. And it's just like, well, trying to figure out, well, who these people are. And so apparently Chiffon is a new luxury generation of luxury, spiraling women upward, one piece of jewelry at a time. I was like, oh, well, this is interesting. Profits donate to Startup Girl Daily to fund female founders. And I was like, oh, well, that's very interesting. And apparently Chiffon, and of course, yes, it was the first time I was hearing about this company. They had been tweeting about Meghan. They have pictures of her at the Jubilee. They have pictures of her at Invictus, and also here in New York with their pinky ring on. And so Chiffon Co. Posted. This is all their Instagram page. Two feminist icon hand in hand. Have you checked out Gloria Steinem and Duchess of Sussex conversation on why they won't give up hope by Jessica Yelling? Honored to spot our duet pinky ring. And 1972 tennis pinky ring on such iconic women. So Meghan is wearing on the left her little pinky ring, and also they posted about Meghan and Harry at the UN. The beautiful Duchess spotted at the United Nations wearing both our duet pinky ring and this 1972 tennis pinky ring. And so it's like, oh, okay. It's like interesting. So I was like, well, who is the Chiffon Co? And so of course I had to go find out. And so it says in 2017, studies published by the Journal of Science found that girls as young as 6 years old are less likely to think members of their own gender can be brilliant, and that they are part of it cut off, and that they are less likely than boys to pursue activities requiring that exceptional intelligence. According to Economic Policy Institute, by the time women graduate from high school and into college, they have already evaluated their career opportunities differently than men do. Our mission at Chiffon Co. is to close that gender gap, particularly in entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is about taking action and learning quickly, and we want to give women the opportunity to do that while not being afraid to take risks or fail. We are optimistic that we can begin making this change through our efforts, and we aim to financially empower 1 million women across the globe by 2025. We built Chiffon in a way that would allow us to give back from day one, inspired by love of fine jewelry, something that women often invest in. We wanted fine jewelry to invest back in women. That's why 50% of profits from our sole product, the Duet Pinky Ring, go directly to funding female founders. We realized that we didn't need to be successful before we could start paying it forward. Though our team is spread out across the country, we're united by Chiffon's mission to create a global network of powerful women, supporting each other to build the planet we want to see. We envision a world where young girls know that they can follow their passions with the support and a worldwide network of strong women. And I was like, well, this is right up Meghan's alley. And so I don't know what they're cooking up. And I don't know if she's part of whatever Danielle said that's coming up in September. But I was like, well, that definitely, I could see her supporting that with the pinky ring. And I just think it's fantastic. Their mission, 50% of their profits is going back into, founding, giving money to female founders. And I just think it's fantastic. And their sole product is that pinky ring. And a little bit about the pinky ring, because one of the links that Danielle had on his post was Shilpa. And I didn't know who that was either. And then I looked it up, and turns out Shilpa is actually Shilpa, and she's the founder of Chiffon Co. And the startup that they use to donate money to founders is called Startup Girl Daily. And it says, our mission is to fund more female founders. And she was one of the Forbes 30 and under 30 investors. She's also a Harvard. She's actually at Harvard. And it says the crazy true story behind the pinky ring, loved by Nicole Kidman, Michelle Obama, Serena Williams, Shilpa Yalagada, I think that's how she may say her name, started her fine jewelry company, Chiffon, in her Harvard dorm room. It's become a celebrity favorite, and she's using half of the profit to fund female-led companies around the world. And she hasn't even graduated yet. And I think this was done in 2019, 2020 or something like that. This article was done. So I think she's probably almost done with Harvard now. And forget the first little part of the bottom. It says, today the company she launched, Chiffon, sells a single piece, the Duet Pinky Ring, in 7 varieties and 3 price points: $90 for the sterling silver, $375 for the 14 karat gold, and $640 for the 18 karat gold. The Duet is a one-size adjustable ring that circles twice around the wearer's little finger, topped off with a sapphire or diamond alongside a minuscule, barely visible diamond. The 2 stones represent a pinky promise for women to support one another. Half of the profits from each ring go to the company's nonprofit venture capital arm, the Startup Girl Foundation, which has provided funding for 6 young companies so far. Actually, now in 2022, I think there are up to 11 companies. Startup Girl Foundation holds equity in every company they invest. The return from the investment go back into the nonprofit, where it's used to fund more companies. And so I'm like, this is so fantastic. And I just think, when I saw that, I just think, wow, this is exactly Meghan. So again, I don't know if that, again, I just kind of trying to find out who these people were and what this pinky ring thing is all about, and actually realized I think it was people who wrote an article about Meghan wearing this ring, and I didn't know why you'd be writing a whole article about a pinky ring. It didn't make sense to me, but now it does, and it's just like, oh, okay, well, now that makes sense. A lot of female celebrities are wearing this ring as in and solidarity, I guess, with supporting female founders, female companies. And I just think this is perfect. So again, Daniel talked about something happening in September. I don't know if it involves Meghan. I just know, the V, who was a part of the Queen's Commonwealth Trust, and then Daniel is a friend, and now Daniel is also he is acting as a mentor, as it just sort of, for me, it just kind of have that circle around it. And so it's something to sort of, kind of keep an eye on, maybe not, but it's just something I thought was like, well, this is all interesting. So again, I don't know, but who knows? I just think it's fantastic. I mean, again, this girl, I think she started when she was like, I don't know, 19 or something, when she started this company. And I just think it's fantastic that she is doing that. So I just wanted to throw that out there just in case. Joan says, Samantha. If Samantha's case was dismissed, if I remember correctly, Meghan asked Samantha to pay her Meghan's court and lawyer fees. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I mean, that's the least she can do for wasting Meghan's time. Absolutely. Ingatira Mona. Okay. She says, Meghan wearing things that are supportive of female empowerment, fashion with ethics. She is incredible. She is. And also, I forgot to mention in this, and I forgot to bring that part in, the jewelry, actually, it's ethically sourced materials that they use. So again, everything, it sort of just had that checks for everything that Meghan is about and the things that she supports and the causes that she supports. So it kind of just checked every box, so again, it's just something to keep in the back of your mind for the future, maybe something, I don't know. Ghislaine says, Pedalize sent you. Oh, okay, let me go this again and see, find it. If I see other super stickers, give me 1 second as I scroll up. I have to take this computer into the service because I edit videos, and you know what happens when you edit videos. You just take up a lot of space, and I have to move stuff out of this computer. So that could be why it is not. Let's see. Marcia, I got you, Marcia, before. Let me see. That is weird. I don't see it. Okay. No, I don't see it in here. That is so wild. And let's see something. It could be that mine is just like my feed is lagging. I don't see it, Ghislaine. But again, don't do anything. If you could just send me a note in the regular chat, and then when this is over, I will go in and see the super stickers and see whose, and I will check for you. Okay, so just send me a note send me just something in the regular chat, and then I will just respond to you and let you know. So I am so sorry. I don't know why this is. I don't know why this is doing this. So it could just be a lag or something. It just could just be a lag on my computer that it's not just reading everything when it needs to read everything. Because again, my computer is a tad slow. So sorry. Okay, moving on. Sheila says, cookie. Oh, she's talking to cookies. Omin has realized that Harry and Meghan are now light years ahead of La Familia, and their success and modern approach makes what he once revered look like exactly what it is. That is very true, and and you can see it in Omin's reporting. He is not buying into the royal nonsense anymore, and it's so good to see. Of course, the other royal reporters hate him, and kind of be very condescending as, oh, he's just Meghan and Harry's friend. Well, usually Meghan's friend. But he's definitely not. Yeah, he is definitely not in the place he was before. So that's really cool. Samantha Case has not yet dismissed Meghan. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's just a tweet I saw today, and then I didn't know how to I didn't know how to look for it. And I was like, I don't know how to find this. I need to learn that. That is something I really need to learn. I don't understand a lot of legal jargon, their language. I'm like, can you have one for dummies? Because like I can't read this. Like English version, please. So but I would love to know how to look it up in a court. Like I have no idea how to do it. So I'm going to learn. Oh, Lydia, thank you so much for your super sticker. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I am hoping to see the others in here. And again, don't do anything. Let me look when we're done, just in case, Ghislaine. And yeah, when we're done, I will look and see the ones that are there. Again, please send me in the regular chat, not in the live chat, the regular chat. If you can post something there for me and let me know, just remind me, and then I will tell you if I got it. So, but thank you so much just for the heart, for the thought, for just wanting to support, and I really appreciate that. I absolutely appreciate that. See, Joseph says Meghan knows she's being examined under a microscope every time she steps out in public, so she smartly uses those opportunities to support causes she cares about, unlike the do-nothings back in the UK. Absolutely. I mean, we hardly ever hear from Meghan, but when she says something, it's definitely like people pay attention, because what she has to say is important. So absolutely. Let's see. Okay, so person's one is updating us again. Meg's lawyer requested a dismissal. The judge has not ruled yet. Okay, great. Thank you so much. By the way, person one, how did you get this information? Like, what did you do? I want to know how to. I just felt like when I was thinking about this, I was like, but you have no idea how to do this. Where to even look? I was just like, Florida court. Google like Florida court. Meghan, Samantha. Like I was trying anything. I had no idea what to do. Dolores says, Omin will let us know also what happened with Meghan's sister. Well, that's the thing. I don't want, he will and others will, but I don't want to just rely on them. I feel like I am a journalist. That's what I like to think of myself now, as a journalist. And as a journalist, I don't want to rely on their work. I want to find it myself. So that might be just, kind of prideful, but I just feel like I want to be able to find it so that way I can just, do my own thing. And yeah, so that's kind of why I want. Yes, I think of myself as a journalist. Why not? Joy says, what Harry and Meghan have done is in almost 3 years after leaving that island is wonderful. Having good friends and staff around you are not backstabbing you, and two people who know what that and two people who know what they want in life. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's wonderful to see how they're growing, that and that and having two babies, having a child last year. It's just they've been doing great, and I like that they're not rushing their stuff. They're taking their time and they're building, and of course Shutter Island's like, where's this stuff? Where's the podcast? Where's this? What is that? And it's like, they're not here to entertain you. This is their life. They don't have to rush anything. They have the rest of their life, however long the Lord decides, to do what they need. They don't need to rush. We're not in a rush. We'll wait. Legs says, oh, thank you, Legs, for your super sticker. Thank you again. It says, anyone else think that it's weird that the Paps always found Meghan in New York when they were leaving somewhere? I think the restaurants called the Paps. Most likely. Most likely. Yeah. Because, yeah, exactly. They never know when they're coming, just when they're leaving. And, I'm sure those waiters who are not making a whole lot of money appreciate some pap slipping them. It's like, just in case a celebrity come in, can you give us a ring? Absolutely. I mean, it's kind of it's sick and it's invasive, but it happens. It definitely happens. Like TMZ in LA, I mean, they have cops, they have all of those that feed them stuff. That's why they actually got sued when Kobe died, because they leaked stuff before his wife got it. They leaked the LAPD leaked stuff to TMZ. It was so sickening, and I'm glad Vanessa sued them for that. That was really, really bad. And that is really bad. Sheila says, when Omid was not sure how to go for them outside the firm, he straddled the fence until he thought it was safe. That could be it too. He thought that could be it too. I mean, look, do I blame, especially when you're in the climate of the UK and what their reporters are like? I mean, for me, that is like a mafia. It's like, you see what happens. I mean, you even look at some of the things they tweet at Omid and say the things that they say about him. It's like he is on the outside of them and they are abusive towards him. They're extremely abusive. And to anybody that's not following the royal family, the royalist line, they go after them. So it's not like they just disagree. So, and you could tell, like, Omid was very much straddling that line between, he knows what is right, and he's like, but I need a job, but I need my inside, contacts. I need, but it's good to see the growth, that plus a lot of squatties are like, dude, what are you, it's good to see the growth. It's good to see him grow in this area and seeing, like, look, it's not okay. If you know what is right to do what's right. Oh, okay. Joan says, Petal, put in court names of the parties and you'll get the docket and other info. So I'm just put in the court name, the parties, and just Google, or do I have to? Okay. I'm assuming that's what you mean. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. I shall do that when I get off of here. I see I could get my own my docket. That's awesome. Oh, Elaine Parker, thank you so much for your super sticker. Thank you. Oh, gosh, you guys are so supportive. And I hope I see the others pop up. Again, I am very much delayed in my chat here. So, yeah. Let's see a couple more. Maria says, Petal Petal loves the art of research. I fully understand and appreciate that, Pension. Well, the thing about it for me is I always, even when I see stuff online, or, sometimes people would clip something from an article and then they wouldn't put the name of the website or the name of the media organization, whatever. And I'm always like, no, I want to see for myself that that's what it said, because, not that I, not want to trust people, but people could make mistakes, and sometimes people could just lie about things. And so for me, I'm always wanting to go find it myself. I wanted to read it myself. And so for me, the more I could find things myself and the more I can see things, then I don't have to worry. I said this, but this person said it and I didn't know because I didn't read it. And if I'd done that, like I did earlier with this same story, I didn't know if it was true. I just saw the tweet, and so that's why I asked about it. Because for me, if I'm going to say something definitive, then I want to know that I've read it and researched it myself. So yeah. I mean, plus the thing name is Facts and Two Cents for a reason. So I want to make sure I got facts. TMZ is Murdoch. Yes, it is now. Yes. I mean, it was horrible before as what is it? Harvey Levin. Now it is a Murdoch rag. Yes, it is. And I'm like, why is this guy still operating in the US? I don't understand why this guy still has a license to operate in the US. I just don't get it. Karen Werner says, I'm glad it did. We get to see the beautiful outfits our princess and prince were wearing, and the business get the same recognition too. I'm not really sure not really sure what you're referring to exactly. I'm glad it did. Get beautiful outfits, and the business gets recognition too. I'm assuming when they're coming out of the business, like when they're coming out of the restaurants, they get, we get beautiful and pictures, and then the restaurant that they just ate at got great business. And apparently it was one of Robert De Niro's restaurants in I guess it was in Tribeca. And so they got good thing. And also actually one of I'm not sure if it was the Times or one of those outlets that have like a food reporter, I guess. So she wrote an article saying that she went to the same restaurant that Harry and Meghan ate, which was the Robert De Niro restaurant, and she says everything was amazing. So whatever it is they ate, she ate it and she gave it a big thumbs up. So so yes, let's see. Oh, Therese, thank you so much for your super sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, Therese. Love you, ethics. Stay with us. Thank you. I tried. Thank you so much. Anne says, Petal, Baron often mentioned that you would make a good lawyer. Baron makes me laugh. Just, I guess I just love the facts. I'm a person, I just love, I think it's one of those things where I just like the truth is what it is. And I'm not about, just being mired in lies. I'm just not into it. And so for me, if I'm going to say something, I rather be, speak the truth, and it, maybe I say it wrong or whatever, but I just rather, one, I rather hear the truth, and two, I rather speak the truth no matter what it is, no matter if it gets me into trouble or not, which sometimes it does. I just rather that. And speaking and hearing the truth sometimes is hard and painful and whatever, but I rather go through that than either saying lies and then have to have these major umbrellas to cover one lie and then you cover another lie. And for me, that's just too stressful. And I'm like, I'm too old for that. I'm not into that. I don't have the time to be covering over lies. So just speak the truth no matter if it gets me into trouble or not. So Marjorie Williams says, that's all right, Marjorie. The replay is there. I think in the beginning, Omid may have gotten cues from the older RRs. Once he got his feet wet, he could separate the facts from fiction. He knows the Sussexes are victims of lies. I don't know necessarily that's true, Marjorie, because Omid started out as a tabloid reporter. I think he worked with Us Magazine way back in the day. So he did all that stuff before he became a royal reporter. So I think a lot of fear may, and again, this could be it too, but I think a lot of fear and a lot of afraid of losing, because a lot of it is, you lose that inside source in the palace, because if you go against them, is, you're basically out, which, they basically told Scobie, you have chosen your way. So basically, I'm sure, Scobie doesn't have, I'm sure, the kind of in that he had before when he was doing the both sidesing everything. Now they basically put him in the Sussex camp. So don't expect him to get any inside information from William and Kate. That would only go to the likes of Rebecca English and those guys who are firmly in their camp. So yeah. But yeah, Omid come from a tabloid background, so I think getting the feet, those feet, those baby steps were way back in the day for Omid. But people grow and change, and it's good to see. It's very good to see. Person one says, yeah, LA sheriff leaked to TMZ about Kobe's death scene, not LAPD. Oh, sorry. This time, not LAPD this time, LOL. Sorry. So, a correction. They see, that's why I love having an educated community. Thank you, person one. It's the LA sheriff that leaked it, not the LAPD that leaked to TMZ about Kobe's death. And yeah, and then Kobe's wife sued. Thank God, because that was really a horrible, horrible thing to do. I'm still not over Kobe and that. I just, yeah. Let's see what else I have. And I think maybe just oh guys, I know we were donating for World Central Kitchen. Please, the link is still there if you ever, want to keep donating. This is actually this was a video of them in the Ukraine today. They are one of their trains got bombed, and so they are basically in a warehouse now with, I guess, a different thing. And so they are literally packing up food to take it to different parts of the UK. Of Ukraine. So from where they are here, it says, from there, we prepare 7,000 food kits every day for delivery to families. And they said that they are like the only World Central Kitchen is like the only organization that are there with fresh foods for people of the Ukraine, like fruits and meat and cheese and stuff like that. They are the only one. He said that there's another organization, I don't remember the name of the organization. They come in with rations, they come in with like pastas and stuff like that. But World Central Kitchen is the only one that they're with fresh fruits and fresh food and of course they cook for the communities there. So please keep them in your prayers. Please, if you're interested in donating and supporting World Central Kitchen, incredible organization. Again, they're all over the world doing this. This just happened to be the one in Ukraine today. And Invictus Colombia, the Invictus Foundation posted this. If you look on the far right of this group, that is the Invictus flag over there. I was trying to get a shot of it where it's unfurled and all of that stuff, but I couldn't get it. So I guess it was like a parade of something. But Invictus Foundation said it was great to see the Invictus community member community member of Colombia fly the Invictus flag yesterday. Flag bearer Daniel Urbina carried it during yesterday's parade to mark the Colombian Declaration of Independence. 20 de Julio. And so it's really cool. I mean, Colombia is really hyped about Invictus, Colombia and Nigeria, and it's so great to see them have the Invictus flag as part of their independence parade. I mean, that's just wonderful. I'm like, you go, And so kudos to Invictus Colombia. And also, Invictus is they're doing their Tour de France, I guess. Invictus style, obviously. And they are out there. I think they're doing like a virtual. It says Tour de Invictus finishes this Sunday. Join us in Zwift, I don't know, for our special arrivee virtual ride around the Champs-Elysees, while the Tour de France also comes to a close. The ride starts at 6:45 BST on Sunday 24th, and it's open to all. So Invictus is there doing their things in France, and that's one of the things I love about Invictus is that there's so many things that's a part of it, that is not just the games, that veterans could take part of anything, so that can help them with with their mental fitness, with their mental health. I mean, there's so many things that are part of it, including Better Up, and I just think it's fantastic that they have their own Tour de Invictus. I just love it. And here, I love this so much. And I'm like, can I just go here? I just want to be here. It says, it's been a great week on the mountain. Our expedition at the Mont Blanc is, I don't know if I just said that right. I'm sorry, our French squaddies, please don't judge me. Our expedition under Mont Blanc is not over yet, and the scenery is still looking as amazing as when it started. Invictus endeavors, Friday feelings. I just want to be here. I don't care what we're doing, just want to be here and look at the mountains. It looks amazing. So again, there's so many wonderful things. It doesn't matter where you are, say physical wise or whatever. There's so many ways that you can take advantage. So if you have family members who you think, are former vet, or who are vets, I should say, or that can take advantage and be a part of Invictus so that they can get all these benefits, please, please, please. We know the plights of vets that are around it, that so many just need support and all of those things. Please, please, please have them contact the Invictus Foundation and to see how they can take part in all of this wonderful stuff to help their mental health and mental fitness. So I just think it's fantastic. Kudos, Invictus, as usual. So yeah, so that's all I got. Let me just jump in the chat for a bit more. Oh my gosh, we've been talking for almost 2 hours. No wonder my voice goes out so much. I think I talk way too much. Let's see. Maria says, I love that Invictus is constantly growing and accommodating the needs of the servicemen and women. I'm telling you, that is so true. Yes, it's so true, Maria. Because there's so many things that are now a part of it where, they also have gaming, they have golf, they have, the adaptive sports that's coming up next year. I'm sorry, in 2025 in Canada, of course, the games next year in Dusseldorf. I mean, there's so many things that they can do before the games and during the games that can just help so much. And I'm just so proud of what Prince Harry and the Invictus team have done and are doing. It is amazing. So again, if you have vets that can, that you think can participate and get benefit out of this, please send them to the Invictus games, to the Invictus Foundation. So yeah. Janet Pickering. Hello, Janet. How are you? Our awesome 2 cent crew member. Janet says, hello, everybody. Happy Saturday and happy weekend. Oh, so joyful. Petal, I agree with you. I agree with Baron. I also think you would make a super lawyer or a prosecutor. Did I miss my calling maybe? Are you trying to tell me something that I missed my calling in being a lawyer or prosecutor? Oh, coming to think of it, there are a few people I'd like to put away. I'm just joking. But thank you so much, Janet, for your wonderful confidence in me. Let's see. Bisani. Hi, Bisani Golf. How are you? Bisani says, oh, she's talking to Doris. Harry and Meghan did not authorize finding freedom. Please check the court documents. No, she didn't. It's so funny. Like, some people give Meghan so much power. It's like right now she has all power. She's like all powerful over Shutter Island. It's like Meghan will destroy our monarchy. She will destroy, and it's just like, oh my gosh, And it's just like, Lord, you give this woman so much power, and I'd be like, well, thank you for all the power. It's amazing. Let's see. I'm just scrolling down. And says Invictus is here to stay forever. Blessed founder Prince Harry and his family always. Absolutely. And with Invictus, I love how it's not just Harry, that every country has like taken it upon themselves and is just embraced it as their own, and that vision is theirs and not just Harry's. Like, his baby is just given off to everyone and they just embraced it. And I love that. I absolutely love it. So whether Harry is a part of it or not, Invictus is going. And so I mean, that's what you want to do when you have a vision and you are able. I mean, what a great job he's done to give his vision onto his fellow vets, and they just sort of grabbed that up and ran with it. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to see. It's an absolutely beautiful thing to see. Black Queen, who are you side-eyeing? I don't know who you're side-eyeing. I want to know. I'm just curious that way. I'm nosy that way. Who are you side-eyeing? Bashara says, and Invictus games will come to Texas before no. You and I are going to have to fight. It's like, I'm teasing. You and I are going to have to fight about that. Lydia says, Petal, are you aware of a squaddy organized celebration for Duchess Meghan's birthday? I saw a tweet today about one of those like save the date things, and I was a little bit busy, so I wasn't able to go back. So someone might be doing something, and I don't know what it is yet for Meghan's birthday. So as soon as I know, I will post it on our community page, and of course I'll speak about it here. So yeah, it looked like someone is doing something, and so, but I don't know what it is yet. So as soon as I figure it out, I'll let you know what's happening with Meghan's birthday. Yeah, actually that's coming up. What is it? August 4th, right? Oh goodness, I hate, like, I'm horrid at remembering birthdays. I think it's August 4th or is it August 6th? No, I think it's, oh shoot. When is Barack Obama's birthday? I know they're born on the same day. I don't remember. August 4th or August 6th. It's one of those. There are some things I remember, some I just don't. Birthday's one of those things. Oh yeah, thank you, Lydia. August 4th. Yeah. So, and that is also Barack Obama's birthday. Or President Barack Obama's birthday. Sonia says, Doris, she's talking to Doris. I'm jumping into my knowledge. Harry and Meghan do not have anything to do with finding freedom, and for sure, would not have anything to do with the production of the book. Okay, so I guess we're talking about finding freedom. Let's see. You guys have handled that, so I'm moving on from finding freedom. Therese says, Petal, it's never too late. You can still go to law school. Make sure you get a scholarship so you won't have student debt. I'm telling you, I'm gonna say I'm a pass on that one, because I got because I went to BMCC and I got a partial scholarship to NYU. And then when I looked at the tuition, I was like, thank you, but no. Because had I taken that, I would be like in debt for the rest of my life. And I was like, I'm not feeling that. I'm not like, if I was maybe in my late teens, early 20s, that would be fine. But I'm like, I do not want to be saddled with that kind of debt. That is craziness. That kind of, I'm like, thank you for the offer of the scholarship, but no. I mean, it would have looked nice on my resume. I went to NYU, but I didn't want to be saddled with debt for the rest of my life. So I was just, thank you, but no. Unreal. Yeah, schools are oof. Mm-mm. I rather learn as I go. It's like everything else that I do, like whether it's this or my soap business or anything else that I do, I learn as I go. I decide what I want to do and just learn it there. Yeah. But again, law, yeah. I don't know. I'd rather be here and pretend I'm a lawyer than go to law school. I don't know that I'd enjoy that, honestly. Oh, maybe I would, and I don't know. um, maybe I have to be open to new things. When someone suggests something, maybe I just need to be open to new things. So that could be it too. So thank you, Therese. Mashar says, in the Invictus games, oh, wait, I got that one already. Sorry, Mashar. I was clicking on that. I clicked on that one already. Let's see, a couple more before we end. I know we have places to go, people to see, things to do in our lives. Let's see. Wait, Karen M, August 4th is yours too? Oh my goodness, guys, we gotta early celebrate with Karen. It's her birthday. I had no idea you shared Meghan's birthday and President Barack Obama's birthday. That's awesome. So we're gonna do a squatty celebration for Karen M, our awesome moderator. That's awesome. We have to put that in my note. Karen M's birthday on the same as Meghan. Um, uh, Joan says, Pedal, it depends on where you work after graduation. Your tuition would have been paid. Really? They didn't tell me that. I think they missed that part. They definitely missed that. They didn't tell me. They didn't say anything about. I mean, they offered a partial scholarship, but they didn't tell me about tuition being paid. As I understood it, I had to pay that, and I was like, no. Maybe things are different, or yeah, they definitely didn't tell me that part. That would have been important to have mentioned, you know. um Janet says, Pedal, all you have to do is win one case. You should pay for that should pay for the lease half. Guys, I just like hosting a podcast, okay? And pretending. You guys are hilarious. I love this community. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you. Um, but I think, I do way too many things. And so, um, um, let's see. Elaine says, Dora, oh, see, I'm always jumping into conversation. It was Jason Knopf who gave their bio. Meghan and Harry did not cooperate. Yeah. So I guess you guys are still talking about finding freedom. I'm going to leave you to a conversation with explaining what happened with Meghan and Harry and yeah, and Omid Scobie's bio. Let's see. Why? Let's see. I don't know. Do you guys have like a Fitbit watch that always, whenever you're sitting, decide to tell you that you need to go walking? This thing's just so irritating. I'm like, I've been walking all day. Why are you telling me to go walk? I'm doing a podcast right now. So it's unreal. Um, Karen, Karen says, why do you think she's destroying the monarchy? Prince Harry removed his wife before they destroy her. She left and they can go back and carry on as they were before. Like, what is the problem missing her? Do we have somebody in here trying saying stuff? I mean, is someone not is not someone not behaving in the chat or something? Okay, well, I'm sure if they weren't, our wonderful monitors will handle it. So I'm assuming they're just asking questions. So thank you, Karen Warner. Let's see. Scrolling up and scrolling down. Joseph says, my Fitbit tells me when it's time to get ready for bed. No, it doesn't. That is horrible. Oh my gosh, that is funny. Mine is always telling me it's time to walk. It's like, I was walking all day. Why are you telling me to go walk now? Unreal. Mercedes says, oh, pedal personality is too bubbly to be. Oh god, I guess I'm not gonna get away from this law thing, huh? I am not gonna get away from it. So yeah, we're staying away from books. Those nasty people and their books. We're not dealing with their books, so that's why I'm not even getting into that conversation with Omitted Book. So we're not talking about their books. We're just gonna leave that to them, and we're just going to do what, as Harry and Meghan said, doing is just treat that with silence and not give that any energy. So yes. Vote for Pendleton. They nominated for an honorary law degree. Oh, thank you, Joseph. You guys are hilarious. You see, this is why I was missing coming on, because it's like 2 days away is way too much. I don't care what my throat feels like. It's just, I love this. You guys are funny. Absolutely hilarious. A couple more before we say goodnight, which I hate. Dolores says you can Google questions and pull the information. For example, you can ask, did Camilla work with Meghan's father? If you give information on any question I'm not really sure. You're probably not speaking to me on this one. So sorry, Dolores. I am so sorry. You might be responding to someone. Let's see, a couple more before we go. Raymond Waywick. Raymond, I don't remember you on this channel before. Welcome. Let's see. Raymond says Duchess Meghan must be all powerful to bring down the monarchy by herself, or is the royals that weak? Very, very, very good question. I mean, and great point. I mean, because to hear those on Shutter Island speak, it's just like Meghan is all powerful, all knowing, all everything, and just the mere breath of her will destroy their fragile monarchy and their fragile country. It is unreal. It is unreal to see like adults behave like this. Is like, what is wrong with you people? Do you know how pathetic this sounds? And how horrible you make your monarchy that's supposed to be these, powerful monarchy. You understand how stupid you make him look? It's unreal to me that they do that. But I mean, again, with stuff like that, it's always looking for the dog whistle because of the language that they use. In a lot of times that, that Meghan and Harry want to destroy, they're attacking the monarchy, I mean, all of these is very aggressive language that they use. And that is, a lot of that is, dog whistling for their trolls to come and attack. And so it's very, even though it looks like innocent, whatever, they're always dog whistling. And especially those, royal reporter trolls on Twitter, they do that all the time. So yeah. And let's see, one more before we go. What? Wait, what? Meghan and Queen Mother share the same birthday. Now I see why they hate her so much. She holds a lot of power and coincidence. Wait, Queen Mother is August 4th too? Oh my Lord. Poor Meghan. Oh my goodness. I had no idea. Again, I tend to not pay attention to birthdays, not even my own. But I had no idea they shared the same birthday. I always knew she shared it with Barack Obama. I just didn't know about the Queen Mother. Oh, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, thank you so much, Valerie. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you. Tell me that I don't talk too much. Thank you. Um, let's see. One more. Um, Joseph says, Meghan shows us her pinky ring and it shakes the foundation of KP. I'm telling you, Meghan breathes and it shakes the foundation of Kensington Palace. Unreal. Um, um, she is just an all-powerful woman. And poor Meghan is like, I'm just in Montecito under my tree hanging out, trying to figure out when we're dropping pearl or archetypes. Just leave me alone. She's like, I'm just trying to mind my own business. Just leave me alone. Marjorie says, if truth will bring down the monarchy, then I suppose Harry and Meghan will. There you go. And there we end it. Truth will bring them down. That's why they want to hide all the time. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And we've been chatting for over 2 hours. Wow. That is a long time. Thank you so much to our awesome moderators, Cookies and Cream, Lydia, Karen M. Wait a minute. Did I not see Church Nelly today? Church Nelly is probably off hanging out and having some ice and thinking about nacho somewhere. We'll see her next time. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your super stickers, your encouragement, for the laughs, for the law advice. Thank you so much. If you would like to support our channel, actually, let me put my little banner back there. It's not scrolling anymore. There you go. Please subscribe to our channel. Click the notification bell so that you know when we drop a video. And please, if you're here, please like the episode, like our channel, share it with your friends. So we are trying to build this community much larger, faster, or you can join our community and support us on a monthly basis. You can join our 2 Cents crew as our other wonderful 2 Cents crew members. I appreciate you all so much. Definitely do that. You can also support us in other ways if you're interested. We do have merchandise. Let's put our little merch up here. There you go. We have merchandise, our Facts and 2 Cents merchandise. Feel free. The link will be in the show notes at the end. If you give me about 10 minutes, it'll be there. But it's in every episode. We also have art prints that are there. Just scroll, you'll see them there. Or we do have PayPal, we have Cash App. If you'd like to support us that way too. So either way, again, no obligation. You are not obligated in any way to support us. But if you are interested in doing that, we are very much appreciative of your support. Thank you so much, guys. Have a fantastic weekend or rest of the weekend. And hopefully my voice holds up tomorrow and I can hang with you again. Fingers crossed. And but thank you all so much. I appreciate you. Have a fantastic weekend. And I'll see you later. Bye. Let's see who I didn't say hi to in here. Mercedes. Elaine Parker I didn't say hi to today. Let's see who else. Sonia I didn't say hi to. Phil Benjoy. Hello. Wow. She says, yes, Pedal, she does August 4th. Thank you. I didn't see you in the chat. Hello. Who else did I not see? Donna Shekel. I didn't say hi to you in the chat. Oh, just saying who I didn't see. But again, thank you guys. See you hopefully tomorrow. Bye.